they meet that masculine man, right? And then they start to be with them, but they're triggered because they don't have the skill to be feminine. Something that you could have easily had a conversation and say, you know what? I really don't care for that, and I would appreciate if you just didn't do it that way. They like, because they don't have the skill. All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to the Lunches Show.
Yes.
Look, we've been
with no name.
It's Lunches. It's Lunches. Look, it's called Lunches because we go live. We go live every Tuesday, and we go live between the hours of 12 and 2:30, and we call it Lunches because we might be on at 12 or 2:30.
You never know.
You never know.
So make sure you do your notifications.
Oh yeah, put on the notifications.
So when we go live, you get the notifications. And just remember on Tuesday, like, be around because we might just be here whenever you least expect it.
Facts. And we took a hiatus for the summer. Yep. It was much needed. If this is the first time you're joining us, we're part of the 8 at the Table team. We're usually in the back, research, producing, getting all that good, juicy content to you. So this is a way for us to interact with you. Like, we love getting on during lunch-ish, so that you guys can kind of give us your feedback, talk to us, topics you want to hear, all that stuff.
Make sure you write whatever gossip y'all have in the comments because we be reading those.
Yeah, but don't be giving us like CIA information. Just give us stuff that we're not liable for.
No, give us whatever. I'll read it. And then I'll be like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah, you're a whole conspiracy theory. So one of the things we want to talk about today, which is, first of all, this is not new. This is a narrative that's been going on for a while, right? But you thought it was hilarious. So
I think this video, because we usually talk about this all the time here, and Alan is usually like, oh, I don't know who did the movement and this and that.
Oh,
and
the
feminist movement and all this stuff. And I thought that this was like the funniest thing ever that I saw online.
By the way, look at me. The feminist movement was never supposed to be what it is now. The whole thing was about choice. But before I go into a whole tangent about feminism and then Alan gets on the mic and starts talking about it, let's show the video.
All right, so this is the video here. Let's watch it.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am, oh my God.
That is the funniest video ever. I'm saying her face is literally, it looks like some of us.
My face.
Yeah, it'd be looking like some of us right now. So,
What do you think?
I'm saying,
what?
Let's be honest.
Okay.
Who wants to work? I
don't know. Like, I feel like, okay, like, we was talking about this yesterday. I said, I never wanted to be a housewife. Like, I never desired it. Like, the only thing that I always wanted was to do something I enjoyed, right? Doing something I enjoyed and freedom. So, like, if one of my children had a play, because they're good to give you them plays at like 1 o'clock during the day.
Yep.
Like, people don't work. And I never missed any of those plays.
But you know what that means?
What?
You're not supposed to be at work. You're supposed to be watching them kids.
No, but like, dude, the kid is at school during the day, and then you out here giving us parents a play to attend at like 1 o'clock during the day. And it sucks because I think parents want to attend. I was fortunate. That's what I'm saying. That's what I always desired. I always desired the freedom to be able to do those things. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't feel like if you didn't show up, your boss was gonna dock you or do some crazy thing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never wanted to be like a lady of leisure. I do want a leisure lifestyle, though.
Yeah, I don't think that I want to be a lady of leisure. Like, I want to, like, pull my weight in the house, you know?
I don't have to pull my weight.
Oh.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. I just think, I don't mind working, but if we were in a position where the man that we're with was making the money to support us and give us that lifestyle, I wouldn't mind it. Like, I want to go places and just give away my husband's money. Like,
I definitely don't want to do that.
Well, to like a charity
Charities.
event and stuff like that.
Like being a philanthropist. Look, what I'm saying is, it's okay. Like, I definitely agree with you about contributing to the household and things like that. But I think it's like more than that. It's about like, what else do you do? Like, what else? Okay, besides being a wife and a mother, right? Which is great, it's beautiful. But what other purposeful thing do you do? Like, what do you contribute to humankind? Like, what else do you do? What else?
What do you mean to society?
Like, to mankind, like, what is your purpose? Like, I do believe that we all have something that we're supposed to contribute, right? Before we leave this earth. There's something that we should do. And I think we can get easily distracted by the idea of, I don't want to do anything. Then you get stagnated, and then you just sit there. And then, do you see what I'm saying? Like,
that's just somebody that's lazy. What you mean you don't want to do nothing?
Girl. But the way they are structuring society right now, there be days I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, but days.
Because I'd be tired too.
Not life.
I know, but I can understand. I can understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it should be this hard.
It's hard out here, guys.
Inflation is like crazy. Like, I don't think human beings, in my opinion, are supposed to be working this hard. I just don't.
Can I just say, you just sounded like you was about to make the face.
Oh, I kind of like I feel like we should be contributing to society. We should be working. We should be doing these things. But they got their foot on our backs. Like, I don't feel it's supposed to be like that. Like, this is some next level crazy pressure mounting on you every day. Like, yes, you can work. Like, you ever see those videos on Instagram or TikTok, like people who live in other countries, right? And I'm not bigging up other countries before people come for me, but I feel like they balance the idea of work and life. Like, they understand, like, you'll be like, okay, at 12 o'clock, everything shuts down, right? And then you go back at 2 o'clock. Like, dude, balance it out. But no, right here, they be like the slave. They be like, you get a 5-minute break for working 9 hours.
15. It'd be like, no, it's 15 minutes.
Like, dude, you can work a 12-hour shift here, right? 12 hours and get a 30-minute break. And even on that 30-minute break, they'd be like,
yeah, we need you for time.
Like, I got 5 minutes left. And they'd be like, no, we need you to come. So I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah, I do feel like that, but let's be honest, some of these countries, women do not be working because, and I know my cousin, once she learned how to speak English, she might be a little mad. But she just came from DR, right?
Okay.
And she comes here, she gets a job that's 5 days, and she said, I don't work no 5 days. So she was like, I'll work 2 days.
2 days.
And she complains. Every time I speak to her.
For those 2 days?
She complains about, I'll be working. And I'll be like, you do?
Wait, but does she only work 2 days?
She only works 2 days.
Oh.
That's it. And she got, her man.
But she's not used to working.
She's not used to it, but damn. I just be like, damn, you really complain you only work 2 days.
Now, who's wrong, though? Is she wrong or are you wrong?
I might be wrong.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say.
But let's be honest. I think that people that, and let's be realistic. We don't all have a man that can afford to support us.
No. Like, I'm not even on that. Like, I look, like I was saying, my whole thing was just having a level of freedom, right? I want to be able to do like what I'm supposed to do in this world. Like, I don't want to be sitting eating bonbons all day. I just don't. I never did. Even when I was young, a kid, like before children, before being married, I never desired that. Like, there are girls who like their desire is to be a housewife, right? That's cool. But I'm just saying, I feel like it's not supposed to be this hard.
I don't think so either. But there be days I just want to stay in the house and do nothing. and eat bonbons all day because you just be like, damn, every time I step outside, I'm spending $550.
Mental health day. You could do a mental health day. You have that ability.
It happens all the time. It'd be like, every time you go to the supermarket, it'd be like $500.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I want to save that, so I'm going to stay in the house and not eat.
But what about the kids?
Oh, fuck them kids. I'm just kidding. We love the kids. But it'd be hard. It's hard. I'll be like, forget them. They could eat water.
No. First of all, I'm not going to name names, but I was having a whole conversation about like things that we do. Shout out to Yumi. I was talking to Yumi. I'm not. No. That's not the person.
Oh, okay.
It was me, Yumi, and another person. Shout out to my sister-in-law, Mimi. And we were talking about because school was about to start and all the things that we do. You know, I'd be extra like waking up, getting my kids all ready, making breakfast, and all that stuff, right? And one of our homegirls like getting up, making breakfast, and I was like, yeah, you know, you gotta do all that. And then just talking about like how it is being a mom. Then you got to get home. You're making dinner. She said dinner. I was like, well, damn.
How many kids you got?
3. I said, what your kids eat? Cereal.
For dinner?
I said, every day?
These kids do like cereal. But I don't do cereal for dinner.
Damn. You got
Damn, she said you got to. I'm saying, you know, last
you
year.
You to cook, dude.
I was getting up because my daughter was in 8th grade. Now she takes the bus mad early, and I just sent her a text message. Are you up?
Did she answer?
Are you on track? Sometime this morning I had to.
What the hell does that mean?
Are you on track to take the bus on time?
Oh, because if not, you got to give her.
Because if not, because yesterday she tried, like, she was like, oh, I was almost late for the bus. I said, you got to get up earlier. But, you know, now I'm so happy. You still got a little one. But I'm just so happy. Everybody takes the bus.
It is.
It's, you know, but I still make dinner.
Well, like, yo, what are them kids going to eat if you don't make dinner? Like, first of all, that's what I don't understand. I'm looking at her dead in her face like, I don't cook. I was like, yeah, but like, what are your kids eating?
Do you think that's why kids be out here trying to get their own food?
What you mean?
Selling drugs and shit? Or, I'm not going to say selling drugs, guys.
I mean, there's food in the house.
I don't know, Marie. Some people don't be having food.
She definitely has food in the house.
She has food, but some people don't have
like
food.
She's like a person that makes like, you know, like maybe prepackaged food type of stuff. Like you're not making like real raw ingredients and things like that. Like, by the way, a lot of processed foods and really probably should stay away from that. But I'm not going to take shots. At least the kid is getting
That's the cheapest stuff. That's what people can afford.
Let's talk about how I stopped being that girl that guys wanted to date but didn't want to commit to. Yeah. For reference, I spent all my 20s dating on the apps in New York City. By my calculations, I've gone on approximately 208 first dates, which is a conservative estimate given that I was single for a majority of my 20s and meeting, on average, 2 new guys per week. Here's what changed my life from being someone who could always get a second, third, or fourth date but had a really hard time finding someone to be my boyfriend, to now being that girl that's getting married in 10 days. The answer's simple. I took a page out of my Psych 101 class and applied the scarcity mindset to my life and my body. I stopped giving my body to men who didn't want to give their commitment, time, and effort to me. If you are not comfortable being my boyfriend and introducing me to the people in your life as your girlfriend, you are not going to touch the goodies. And yes, the words girlfriend/boyfriend are important here. Not exclusively dating each other, but without labels, because we all know that's BS. I saw a video of a dating expert the other day who said that women can make themselves more attractive to men on the first few dates by being overly excited to see them because people are conditioned to respond well to being wanted. No, people are conditioned to want what they can't have. And if you treat yourself like a precious natural resource that's in limited supply, men will too. Remember, at the end of the day, we teach people how to treat us. And I don't care how much of a feminist world we live in, men are hunters. They're conditioned to enjoy the chase. So ladies, don't let them forget you're the grand prize.
I don't know if I was loving the shadow.
What shadow?
The eyeshadow. I don't know.
You know, I really like her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What she was saying is on point. I actually agree with her. That shadow was distracting. But yeah, I agree with her.
You know, she does her makeup. She be going hard every single day. I be like, damn, you go out like that every day. But I do like her.
Yeah. What do you think about what she was saying, though?
I agree with her. I think that, it's just come to a point where you just giving too much.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. She said she spent, you saw me just grabbing whatever that was in the air. Okay, anyway. She says she spent her 20s.
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about maybe from 20 to, let's say, 27. You're out here, you're quote unquote having a good time, whatever that looks like, right? From 8 at the table, right? From 8 at the table, the feedback that we see a lot is like a lot of these younger girls aren't beat. Like for them, the quote unquote, I'm just trying to get a nut.
Yeah.
Right? Like in contrast to what she's saying, she's like, I'm going to regulate who I give my body to. So does it conflict with the mentality that the girls have today where they're just like, I could do what guys do too? Like, are these girls trying to get married? Are they trying to be in relationships, or are they trying to be out here, just out here, I don't want to say collecting bodies, but out here just having a good time?
I think from what she said, because I actually follow her and I love everything but I think her purpose was to get married.
Okay.
And she just got married, I think 1 year ago or something like that. And, she achieved what she wanted, but a lot of people don't want to get married. Okay. And I think that...
Why do you think people don't want to get married?
I don't know. I think that is because what everyone's saying, like, they feel like when you get married, you have to be submissive. A lot of girls think like, what did they say? Girls can be players too?
Yeah, girls
They want to be out here playing around just like guys or whatever. Oh. But I think that everybody wants different things. And I think that if you want to get married, you're going to do the things that you need to do to get married.
But let's say you don't, let's say even the concept of marriage, let's say that's not even your thing. Let's just take that out, right? Let's just talk about companionship though, right? Would you agree people want companionship?
I think so.
Okay, people want companionship. Fine. Is the way of going about it is just out here like girls are players too, like, seeing it with everybody?
I think you at a certain age, you get to the point where you say, you know what? I actually want a companion.
Right.
Because companionship is different than being out here doing whatever you want.
Right. That's
like sleeping with somebody every week. That's not a companion.
Right.
So I think that after a certain age, you do get to the point where you're like, you know what? I do want to have someone that's with me and do whatever it is that y'all do when y'all companioning.
But like, okay, real talk, real quick. As a woman, right? Do you think, like, in my opinion, and I could be very wrong, I feel like dudes around maybe late 30s, 40s, they start to kind of have that vibe where I want companionship. Like, I'm not just trying to get my rocks off, right? I'm not saying all the time, right? Because there are some dudes who are just conditioned to want to be in a marriage early on. They're like 21 and they're like, I'm ready to get married, right? Okay. But I feel like most dudes, they could do their thing. Now, not to say they're gonna meet somebody and that's their person, whether they meet them at 25 or 30, and they recognize that as their person, so they lock that down. But let's say they didn't meet that. They could continue on that path of out here just doing what they want to do, until their 40s, whatever, because men can, reproduce all the way through. Like, at what age do you think, like, women are like, I don't want to do this anymore?
40.
40?
Yeah, I think so. What do you think, Marie? I think for 38, 40.
That you could be out here in them streets?
Girls be out here in the street. You see some old ladies with...
Jesus.
Didn't we just see something on that show? And the lady said she's 40. And she was out here, breast done, everything.
She don't look. She got mileage on her face, though.
Yeah, you could tell, but she out here.
She out here, but don't nobody checking for that.
Okay, but she out here. You say what age? Like what?
She's
what
out
age
here
do
in
you
the
think?
mountain like this with a light, and ain't nobody checking for that, bro. No. Like, at what age do you think women should?
Women should
like be like, all right.
I think 30s, because didn't someone say like? 38, you were already considered high risk for pregnancy and stuff like that?
After 35.
Damn, 35?
Yeah, after 35, geriatric pregnancy kicks in.
Yeah.
Like, you become high risk. Yeah, after 35, it's considered like, like a geriatric pregnancy. So you have to be very mindful of how you do it.
I'm saying nowadays, I don't think that as many women want to have children.
For me, in my opinion, look, like, my thing is a little different, right? I actually very much agree with her. I don't know if it's because, like, I grew up with 3 very strong male figures, right? I had my dad, I had my 2 older brothers. and my dad, they're all scoundrels, right? But like stand up men, like stand up, right? Like men, not, you know, dudes out here today. No disrespect. Like they're stand up dudes. So I feel like I grew up a little bit different where my father, my older brothers, they would tell me things, right, on how a woman, a young lady carries herself. Like you don't just out here give yourself to people. You don't, like there are certain standards that you have to carry. So like what she's saying is like,
but you had that. You had that.
No, I was fortunate enough
but let's
to have
be
that.
honest. Nowadays, I don't think that people are having these conversations. And I'll be honest. My dad, I was raised by a man, and I didn't have those conversations. I just watched my dad, and I thought I was supposed to be like my dad.
Yeah, see, like my dad, like with my dad was like, this is how a lady behaves, and this is how a whore behaves.
Yeah.
Like that's two different things. And you're my daughter, so there is no way on God's green earth that you can't be a lady. Like you didn't even have an option not to be a lady.
Yeah.
And then it was only just reinforced to the 10th degree by my two older brothers. So like for me, that expectation, so it's been drilled in me since I was like, and then my mom was very, you know, conservative. My mom was like very like on point with her stuff, manners, etiquette. By the way, can I just say, like my mom was real big on etiquette and all that stuff, right? And so it trickles down to me. So, because I was showing Alan this text. My daughter just went away to university and she's at school. So etiquette's always been a big thing. And I got a text from my daughter and she's basically like, Mom, oh my God. No, she's like, Mommy, oh my God, you would not believe how many students don't know how to hold their fork and knives.
Excuse me.
And I was like, what? She was like, you wouldn't believe it. They're just out here cutting their food like a bunch of barbarians. Okay, anyway.
But I'm saying that just shows, like, I just think that a lot of people don't have that where, you know, they have a parent that is explaining to them what it is like that you're supposed to be, you know, act like.
Right, and I think that's part of the problem because I would think, like, I think you're right. I think between after 25, I'm not saying at 25, but after 25, these things where you're like, I'm out here in these streets, like, you're not a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't consider that whole thing 21, whatever. You know, you just graduate college or you're just coming into your own. You don't. But after 25, like the view should start to look a little different. Like, what's my game plan? Because even if you don't, because it's an outlier to me, even if you don't want kids, right? Let's say you don't want kids, you don't want to get married. And I don't think that's the common practice. Like, I don't think there's a whole bunch of asexual women out here walking around where they're like, oh, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married. So I feel like after 25 and 35, you need to start doing the math. Because if you out here and you're like, I'm in these streets, the mileage is going to show.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Even though we have different views on body count, but, you know, to each his own.
I mean, no, first of all, mileage doesn't have to be body count, but it's hard living. There's some hard
living. I'm saying it shows in your face.
Yeah.
Because you've been out here being used and abused.
So, yeah, like, I think it's not even just a body thing, like a body count thing. Like, that's not even the conversation. It's like after 25, you should be like, what kind of life do I want? Like, you should be asking your question, like, what am I envisioning for my life? Do I think that, like, of course, because I feel like your parents instill certain values in you, right? That's like if your parents, your caregiver, whoever is raising you are the persons responsible to instilling certain values, right? And so they play a critical role. Now, of course, your kids are gonna be influenced by the outside world, but I think it's very important that to kind of decide what kind of person you're going to be. You can't just aimlessly just walk around for the rest of your life with no consciousness of just out here just doing whatever you want to do.
But you have to have like an idea of what it is because you don't just learn knowing. Like somebody has to tell you this is how you're supposed to behave. Right. Now, after I already gave you the information, it's up to you to put it into practice.
Facts.
So, Yeah, some of these parents, we need to do better.
What can I do to get you back? I know you want a dog, you want to go on a trip, you want a bag, you want all this. No, okay, I want $3,500. That's what I want. And it's your non-refundable security deposit, and I have the text messages to prove where he agreed to pay it. And
hold on, wait, let's see this, because the $3,500 won't make me like you. It's your deposit.
Right.
Myron says my deposit to talk to you, if that's not the most Vegas, I'm assuming you said if that's not the most Vegas sugar honey iced tea thing I've ever heard in my life you got going on in Atlanta now. That's what it is, though, a security deposit. So explain to me the security deposit as you see it.
So, because the security deposit was for the damages that he's done in the past, and then if he does any damage in the future, it was supposed to be paid before we ever started talking. So he was blocked.
He was supposed to pay the $3,500 before you'll even talk to him.
Right, because you can't move into your apartment if you don't pay your security deposit. So same way, you can't talk to me if you don't pay your security deposit.
Break up with him, does he get his security deposit back?
Yeah, but he was like a dog.
Oh, he was cheating on her?
I don't know if he cheated, but he messed up. So they broke up.
Okay, so they were dating and
they were dating. They broke up because he did some mess.
Okay.
And then she said that in order for you to start talking to me again, you need to give me a security deposit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I let you move in for free.
Before.
Without the security deposit.
Right.
And you effed it up.
Girl, why don't you just ask for $3,500?
I'm saying,
like that's supposed to erase the pain?
Maybe she didn't go to no pain.
Okay, I'm trying to understand this concept, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was dating you, right?
Yes.
And you did me dirty. Like you did something that I didn't like. So I don't want to date you anymore, right?
Yep.
So we're circling back to each other. I want you to
No, he wants to start talking to her again.
Okay, he circles back. Like, my bad, I grew, whatever men say, right? And her response is, give me $3,500.
Give me the $3,500 for security deposit.
For what?
That you ain't gonna mess up again.
First of all, $3,500 ain't gonna do nothing.
Number one, I spent $3,500 in 5 seconds.
Girl, I'm trying to understand. So, giving me $3,500 is proving what? First of all that is giving me, or him, in my opinion, is a license to do what he wants.
Not if he went, number one, you saw his shirt?
Yeah, girl, I saw it. I didn't even want to say nothing.
I'm sure he would have gave her the $3,500 because, she was pretty.
Yeah, but that's so stupid. And then you cheat. $3,500.
Yeah, Maria.
No, man, you better give me something.
Be
something
honest.
with some ROI in it. Like
some girls, that's all it takes. $3,500.
All right, girl, you're selling yourself cheap.
Okay, but maybe in her neighborhood, $3,500 is good.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
It's hard out here.
For me, don't put a price ticket on your value. Just don't do that. It's not a vibe. It's not a good look. You're putting a monetary value on your time. And one thing that you can't get back is time. Like, my time is very valuable and important to me. Like, I'm not putting a monetary $3,500. Girl, $3,500.
You keep saying $3,500.
Because I'm like, what?
Some people out here doing it for $60. That's the thing, right? I'm saying.
But she went on national
But let's be
TV
Aaron said it one time when Aaron said, you think you out here that you got, is it $600?
You think you got $5,000?
$5,000, $6,000 pussy?
Oh, for escorts or
whatever.
Or sex
for
workers.
Anything.
Yeah.
For a regular person.
Yeah.
And it's not even worth that.
I don't know. I feel like it cheapens the whole thing. It cheapens the whole, I think you just paying him $3,500 so he could have sex with you. That's what it feels like. So now I'm giving you, so my vagina access, I think that's what you're saying. To give you access to me is $3,500, AKA access to my vagina is $3,500.
I think some girls are out here giving it for free, so get your $3,500.
They definitely are giving it for free, but it cheapens the whole thing to me.
That's a deposit.
It's a
It's
deposit.
a security deposit.
Yeah, but like he's like, all right.
Listen, some men will give that out like for nothing. Because
Right,
$3,500 may be nothing.
Right.
And they will give it to 5 different girls. $3,500.
Right.
You know?
So like now the thing is, are you investing in the relationship too? First of all, I don't even know. I don't know how her mind works. Maybe the $3,500 means like, okay, now her brain is open to him. I don't know. Like
that might work for them.
That's just not how my mind works, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So if it works for them, good. Like I think
it didn't work. That's why they in court.
Oh, like he owed her the money?
He didn't give it to her, so she blocked him.
Oh, he's not a fool. Good for him.
But now they in court. He took her to court for...
because he made the promise to
I
pay.
guess, you know.
Oh, all right.
Number one, I would never go to no court talking about some nonsense like that.
Well, you know, they get a free trip. They get a hotel.
Some people do that, too, because they need a free trip and a free
you
hotel.
you get a hotel, you get a free trip, so that's why they do it.
All right, let's see what this one says.
Oh, that's my girl.
Can't help but attract women that like lifestyle more than connection. Because a woman that really values connection, she doesn't like a rich man's lifestyle. A woman that really needs emotional connection, she finds that being with a CEO or being with a really successful man is hard for her. She leaves because she wants emotional intimacy. So rich men are almost left with women that love lifestyle. Who will compromise on emotional connection in order to get that financial investment. And so rich men are left with a pool of women who are not as connected to them.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree.
I agree.
And I think that often that these men in turn end up almost being attracted to these types of women because they understand what's going to be expected. You understand? Like they know it's not going to come with the expectation of this high, intense need for emotional connection.
Yeah.
However, I will say, because sometimes these men are married 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7, 8 times, because regardless of the logical part of your brain saying that I know what they're going to expect, I think the men still want the emotional connection.
Yeah.
They still want it. You know what I mean? But you didn't get where you are being a CEO, this man that your time is very, like, really occupied, right? So it's very important to you, right? That's all good. But I think it's a conundrum because they are left with this pool of women that for them, they just want to take pictures of the purse, on the pool, of their food, or whatever. They're about as shallow, like, there's no depth. There's nothing.
Do you think a relationship could last, though, with someone that is not seeking emotional connection and for the man that's not receiving it, even though he's not, like, available in a relationship most of the time? Because I would think that if you have, like, a demanding job, like being a CEO or entrepreneur or whatever, you're not present. So how can you build that emotional connection when you're not fully present in the relationship?
I think they, in my opinion, from like just being observant, I think they do get to a point, right, where they do seek that emotional connection. Whether now they're 15 years in, right? You're 15 plus years in, you're not at the point where you're trying to prove anything or anything like that, right? You have everything. You have the houses, you have the vacation home, you have the cars, you have generational wealth, right? Like you have that now. Okay, now what? Now you need something deeper, right? And so they cycle out the wife, they get another model because they think that's the one that's going to do it.
Make a difference.
But your habit now is you've been in nothing but these relationships. So you stuck with these pool of women.
It's hard out here for everything. Everything's hard. I'm telling you, we're in a situation, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't just keep sending these things. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, Lonnie always talking about it's hard out here.
It is.
Hello?
Hey, it's Mina from Hinge.
Mina, what's going on? You know, I'm so glad you called, man. So I was thinking... Huh?
I want to know who you on the phone with.
It's Jake from State Farm.
Probably one of them hoes.
Here you go. Here you go. Hey, why you tripping, yo? What you gonna do? Well, do something. You shot me. You shot me. Mina, help. Help me. Help me.
I'm mad she's hiding. That's too much.
Number one, I'm mad. It was Jay from State Farm.
That's too much.
Oh,
don't know.
I don't even want to comment on that because.
Well, yeah, you're the one that can comment, like, in terms of dating in 2023, what is, like, first of all, consistently, every woman that I know is just like, Marie, out here, it's war zone.
I'm not dating in 2023, I said that.
Like, you're not going to go on dates?
I'm not trying to be in no relationship.
But would you go on a date, though?
Oh, yeah, we could date, but that's different. For you to call me and the wife, and I'll be like, I would have hung up and then blocked them.
Yeah.
But it's, 2023 is not the year for all that. It's too much happening, So
Why?
Wait to 2024.
What if your person is out here in 2023?
He in another country.
Oh, 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah, I'm about to hit the international dating line.
90 Day Fiance the other way?
The other way. Oh my God, Alan, he's saying a lot of stuff.
Reasons why you are single and miserable.
Oh Lord.
You are doing single all wrong. Number one, you
I
should
like
be
her,
dating
guys.
multiple men. You need to be dating 2 to 3 men baseline, okay? Let me tell you why. POV, you were in a relationship with a guy for 3 years. It didn't work out. It took you 2 years to get over that relationship. When you hit the streets now, baby, you're 5 years in a deficit, okay?
Oh, wow.
You don't even know what you like. You don't even know what's outside. You need to know what you like. They young, they old, they tall, they short. Try your hand at it, baby. You need to go outside. You need to date to learn what you like. The second reason why you need to date multiple men is because it takes the emotional offload off of one particular person, baby. You out here stuck on Kevin. Kevin is a 4. He's doing a whole bunch of nothing, boom. But you stuck. Women's biggest downfall is not being able to control their emotions. If you're having a problem controlling your emotions, read Joyce Meyer's Living Beyond Your Feelings is basically how to control your emotions so your emotions don't control you. Additionally, you're dating in a deficit. You're dating in deprivation, and you're dating in depression. Okay, y'all?
Damn.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of the apps. Ain't no quality men out here. Da, da, da. That's exactly what you're going to attract, baby. When I step out the house, I feel like I smell good, I look good. Okay, and my mentality is that there are an abundance of quality people, quality men outside. Okay, and look, hotline blinging. Okay, that is how you have to step outside. So enjoy yourself, have a good time, enjoy the summer, be outside, and enjoy your life. And that is exactly what you will attract. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
I like that.
Dating multiple men?
I think when you're dating, that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I don't get the idea that, like, you're dating. You're not in a committed relationship. Like, I don't understand why. Who has a problem with women dating multiple men? It doesn't, well, okay, first of all, it's not saying women are sleeping with multiple men, and you're not in a committed relationship with multiple men. You're just dating. Dating means, like, we went on date 1, okay, it's cool, right? Maybe date 2, but while I'm on date 2 with you, I might be on date 1 with someone else. You know what I mean? Like, or on date 3 with someone else. That doesn't mean I'm sleeping with these men. I think men think that because you're dating multiple men, you're sleeping with multiple men.
Some women be out here sleeping with them, but
I mean,
but I think when you're dating,
be honest.
You're supposed to be dating multiple people.
I do.
I don't think you should
But
just date
I
one
don't
person.
agree to, like, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't agree you should be sleeping with multiple men.
That's not number one. Isn't there like a STD?
Oh, the STDs are off the charts,
It's
boy.
like they're going crazy right now.
The STDs, the STI rates are going bananas right now, like in all certain domains, boy. It's like crazy. Yeah, I don't like, and again, it's this no judgment zone. Do whatever you like. Because I feel like if you're dating 2, 3, 4 guys and you're sleeping with 2, 3, 4 guys, I think it's getting in the way of what you really want.
But can you really build a connection with one of the guys when you're dating?
Like, I don't know how somebody would be able to do that. Like, how would you be able to build a connection? First of all, if you're sleeping, let's say you're dating 3 guys, but you're sleeping with 1. To me, you have the most emotional connection with that guy. So if you're sleeping with him, you might as well just
forget about the other 2.
Forget about the other guys. So, like, if you're gonna date, in my opinion, if you're gonna date multiple men, do not sleep with them, because it's going to, like, blur your vision. Get to know what you like. Like she said, get to know who you like and what you like. Just go out there like, yo, you do not have to sleep with the dude. Now, if you're like a person who's just like, okay, before I jump into like a committed relationship, because like sex is very important to me.
Yeah.
Don't get to like date 30. You know what I mean?
No,
like
that's too much.
figure out what you want. But date 1, date 2, and you out here just busting it open, I feel like in the end, you're just not going to get what you want.
I will say this. I'm just hitting the mic. I will say this, and this is for the fellas. Let me say this to you, because I go hard on the ladies because I understand the power we have. But I got to say this to the fellas. If you have never experienced a feminine woman, you will mishandle her because she's a new energy for you. So a lot of men are saying, I want a feminine woman who's X, Y, and Z. Well, if you haven't prepared yourself to receive her, because she's not going to have that drama like that. She ain't going to be going back and forth. She going to walk away from your tail the moment you start the others. Cause we have to protect our femininity.
Yeah.
And so if you're used to drama and you're used to, women being that strong, independent, pushing back all the time, you in your toolbox.
You don't think she don't care because she's not being combative?
Yes, and you don't have anything to pull from to be able to receive her. So I will say that to the fellas. Make sure you're prepared for what you're asking for. Because a feminine woman, she's submissive. One of the things that I hate is the submissive conversation.
Why?
Because see, femininity naturally acquiesce to masculinity.
There it is.
If I ever hear a man talking about women are not submissive, I already know you are not that masculine safe place for her. You are not that alpha dude that you think you
I don't
are.
know about the alpha piece, but like, yeah, I could do without that. Yeah, like I don't disagree with what she's saying. I think like, first of all, I think just being emotionally regulated, like let's just remove the feminine masculine conversation for 2.5 seconds. I think an emotionally regulated person knows to like not engage in toxic behavior because it's just not beneficial to my long-term goal. Like it just doesn't help me. You know what I mean? It doesn't feed anything in me.
How many people you think are emotionally regulated?
I feel like there's a lot of people walking around that have challenges being regulated because they haven't tackled certain things. Like you haven't had the raw, ugly conversations with yourself yet. You're not there yet. Because like when you get to a point in your life where you can look at yourself raw and you see all the parts of you that you don't care for, that you want to change, and that you recognize aren't benefiting you, serving you, then you start, that's just the aha moment. Because a lot of people get stuck in the aha moment. They're like, oh, I realize that I'm part of the problem. That's cool, but now what? Like you need to take the next step and figure out what are you going to do about it? Like now what? Because you have to take the steps. And you know when you've become emotionally mature, regulated, because you're gonna get tested.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna constantly test you. And if you fall back into old behaviors, you still have work to do. And it's ongoing. You don't reach a point, right, where you're like, okay, you guys, I'm good, right? But you learn to master your emotions in a certain way that certain toxic things just don't trigger you. And you are able to walk away from these things. I don't even think it's a matter of being feminine or masculine. I just think it's just saying like, what's happening here?
But I do agree with her that it depends on who you're dealing with and what's going to come out and what you're going to get from that person.
No, I don't. I don't agree with that. I feel like okay, so you can't ask a man to be a man because you're a woman. You just expect him to be a man.
You just expect it, and when they start acting like
a man shouldn't ask you to be a woman. You should just be a woman.
I am a woman.
I'm not saying you.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying like this conversation where we're like, I'll be feminine when I meet a masculine man. No, just be feminine. You see what I'm saying? Like we need to move away from the narrative that when I meet a masculine man, I'll be a feminine woman. No, you won't. Because you don't know how to be that person. Learn to be a feminine woman in your own womanhood without an outside force, without nothing. Just be a woman in yourself, not contingent on I meet this guy, so now I know how to be a woman. I promise you, when you walk in your woman energy and your femininity, the right man comes to you because he's attracted to that energy. He's not waiting on that. And I think that's the part I always have a problem with this conversation.
So you don't think that a woman, right? Because you're always a woman.
Facts.
But you act differently when you have a man that can take care of you, can treat you a certain way. You don't think that?
I agree with you. But I think what happens is, to a lot of women in this conversation and why it goes wrong, is that they screw themselves over because they don't even have the skill, because they have the mentality that when I meet this person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when I meet this person, I'll be that person. And the thing is, it doesn't happen overnight like that. It just doesn't work that way, because you're thinking when I meet the right guy, right, I'm going to be that person. But if you just build in that all the time, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you know how to be that person. Because what ends up happening to those women, right, they meet that masculine man, right, and then they start to be with them, but they're triggered because they don't have the skill to be feminine. So something that's just a boundary, something that you could have easily had a conversation and say, you know what, I really don't care for that, and I would appreciate if you just didn't do it that way. They like, because they don't have the skill. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can't wait. It's like, first of all, it's the number one rule in the law of attraction. You don't wait for the thing that you want to feel the vibration of having the thing that you want. You live in the thing that you want. Like like it's already there. It's already manifested. It's already happening. Because when that happens, your vibrations are completely different. So you end up meeting that guy. So that whole concept of when I meet that guy, like, honestly, move away from it. If you're a woman and you're just like, hey, you know what? I do feel like maybe I do have a lot of masculine energy and I want to work on that. How you work on that is don't wait on the guy. Just start being that.
So a woman once approaches me and asks me if I could find the perfect husband for her. Who's laughing, the men or the women? I say to her, I would love to, but you need to define to me who is the perfect husband. One woman's perfect husband is another woman's terrorist. She says, Rabbi Jacobson, for me, the perfect husband is someone who wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning, does his own laundry, exercises 2 hours a day, spends only 7 minutes on the web daily, sits in a library for a long time, is completely predictable, consistent, reliable, and I always know where he is. Cleans his own room. All meals are on him. Doesn't drink, ever. And 9 o'clock p.m., every night he's in bed. That's the perfect husband, Rabbi. Why? Do you think you can find him for me? I said, absolutely. She said, there are such men? I said, yeah. She said, where? I said, in prison. So a woman once approaches me and asks me if I could
expectations like that.
The perfect husband.
Sorry, guys.
I feel like, first of all, those are like some crazy expectations.
That's crazy.
I would hate for somebody to expect that from me. So what I always say, what I expect, I can give. So like, if I don't even want that, like, why would I expect that from somebody else?
You don't think that we have unrealistic expectations?
Of course. People have unrealistic expectation, and then you have, like, completely, for me, dissociated from reality. And he sounds boring for me. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe someone who has, like, a lot of trauma history and unpredictability and instability in their past would want something like that, because it's like, but like, dude, don't make your problems my problem. Damn, like, I feel like that's the problem.
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
That is extreme. But yeah, we all have, like, expectations. Do you think women have too much unrealistic expectations today?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want a millionaire, 6'2". It don't be nothing like that.
Nah.
It just be like, you got to make,
you got to make over $500,000 a year.
$500,000. You have to, live in a penthouse.
Wait, hold on. You got to make $500,000 a year, but you can't work.
You can't work. You got to be home at 3:30.
Yeah, like, you got to be able to.
You got to pick up the kids from school.
You have to be able to travel with me, like,
You got to be able to go on trips.
Yeah,
twice a week.
Twice a week. We go out to dinner 5 times a week.
5 times a week.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't get to do anything. I just stay in the house.
And look pretty.
Be a woman of leisure.
Be a woman of leisure. Yeah, those things are crazy.
Yeah, be 6 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure if he was 6 feet, he would be a basketball player or model or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you like tall guys, Lonnie?
Yeah, a little bit.
What's like, do you have a height preference? Like, where you're like, I can't do it?
Taller than me?
Oh, just taller than you. So
Yeah, but I
okay.
could wear a little heel with it.
So like you'll do, because Lonnie, you're a tiny thing. You'll do like 5'6", 5'5".
No,
You just said tall, dude. You're like 5 feet tall.
I'm 5'1.5". I don't know. I don't have like, I don't be like, how tall are you? If I could wear a heel,
Yeah.
but I've dated some tall guys.
What if the man of your like that has everything is 5'3"? Everything else, would you date him? He has everything else.
I don't know, because I've never been in that situation.
I'm saying hypothetically, would you date him? Everything else.
I would go on a date, yeah.
Okay, because like he has everything else.
But you have to be like, you have to just like be like, make me like, oh.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, all of that. I said
Yes.
everything else.
Yeah, I'll date you. I don't know why. Like, I usually date taller guys.
I mean, that's not hard to do though.
Why?
I mean, you're very tiny, you know.
Oh, because taller is like, but I mean like tall. But guys, let's not talk about me, because then I'll have a story. You know how I do? Okay.
You're single still, right? Yeah. How you like it? It's amazing. And as you get older, too, it's even better. Yeah. Because now you're even more set in your ways. And you're not putting up with any bullshit. You might have put up with it 10, 15, 20 years ago. All right, not anymore. Like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm so good. You know, some chick, you want to go kayak? Nah, go yourself. Have fun. If you drown, I'll get in contact with your family. 20 years ago, I'd be, let me fucking tie one to the roof. Fucking kayak. Yeah, I'm good now. My testosterone's under 400. I'm not putting up with your bullshit anymore. I'm good. Go paint the garage yourself. I'll give you pussy if you go paint the garage. Nah, I'm good. I didn't even know we had a garage. I've been on the couch for the last 3 years.
I've been on the couch for the last 3 years. That's a lot.
I agree with him.
I mean,
I agree with him.
no, I actually don't have a strong opinion about it, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like, my husband and I, we grew together, right? And I said that, like, so we grew together in different stages. And so that's a little different. I know him, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to ask him to go kayaking. Like, I already know that. But if I was out here, right, and I'm dating someone over 40, and they're just not beat to do anything, or the things they don't want to do, they're not open. We spoke about that.
I think you have to find someone that is into the same things that you are.
Right.
Because if not, it's going to be like, you know how good it feels that when I don't want to do nothing, I just don't do nothing?
Yeah.
If I want to clean the house, I just sit there.
Yeah.
And I do nothing at all.
Right.
If I want to go and, which I probably do not, do whatever it is, go eat, don't eat, go on a trip, don't go on a trip. Like, I don't have to ask anyone. I just do it.
Right.
Like, I tried that. Like, I try to do things like to please somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work out. I would never do that again.
Well, I think you said it right. I think you have to find someone like-minded like you, right? I think you have to find that person that enjoys the same things that you enjoy. So if you enjoy going to estate sales or whatever, maybe not a guy, I don't know. If you enjoy, if you're like a foodie and you like, trying new foods and things like that, or you like wine or you like things like that, I think it's important. If you're a person who has an adventurous spirit, just naturally, it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 45, you just have that spirit in you. You really don't want to find someone who is the complete opposite of that.
No.
Because after a while, you're going to be like, hey, babe, let's go try this restaurant that just opened up, da, 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 da. And they're going to be like, can we just have burgers? And you're going to be like, dude.
No.
Yeah, so.
But then that's another thing. I think that if you really like the person that you're with, you will be willing to like make sacrifices that won't even feel like a sacrifice.
Okay, what do you mean?
It's like you just want to like, oh, that makes you happy?
Right.
Okay, I'll do that. Or, whatever. But you don't feel it. Like sometimes it was times where it was like, oh, let's go. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
You know, like I gotta go.
Like if you really, really like the person.
Like if you really like the person,
okay, I see what you're saying.
I think that it won't feel like a task.
It won't feel like, okay, like
it won't feel like you're
burden,
like a burden, like you're sacrificing something.
Okay.
So I think that that's another thing, that we just out here getting in relationships with people we don't really even like. That is like the truth. It's just like you find two things that they have.
Yeah.
Money and they 6 feet tall. You like those two things, but you don't like anything else.
You don't even like them.
You don't even want to lay next to them at night. And it's like, damn, but he's 6 feet tall. But damn, he has money for the bill. But it's like, damn, do you really like the person?
That's
and the thing is that everything's going to feel like a task. Everything's going to feel like you're doing work.
Right.
Like, and that's one thing I feel like when you're in a relationship, it should not feel like work. It should just feel like you're sliding through it.
The one thing I will say in what you're speaking is the person that you're with, you have to actually like them.
Yes.
Like you have to like this person, that if I weren't with this person, I weren't dating this person, I had no sexual incentive this person, do I like this person? Like without the sex, without all that? And if the answer is no, I don't like them, then
sometimes you don't even like the sex.
Nani, don't you think it's work that you want to do?
Yes, it's like
but you like the person.
When you like the person, it's like you want to, like, I'll be cooking. I get home from work tired, and I just go home and cook dinner.
Because you like them.
And then I'll do the dishes. And then you do everything. Like, damn, because you like the person, and it just don't feel, it's true what Alan says. It's like work you want to do.
Hold on. When you don't like them,
and then when you don't like them.
Are you still here?
Aaron said, you been sitting in that couch? You see them sitting in the couch, you be like, this fucking, they chew wrong.
Oh my God, she was just like, that's so disgusting.
Oh my God, it could be you breathing. I'll be like, damn, you breathing? Sometimes I say that to my kids. They be in the car and I'll be like, stop breathing.
Oh my God.
But it's like, you don't want to do the work. It's like you don't like the person.
Right.
Why are we even doing this? Why are we wasting our time? I don't like you.
Why do you think people are doing that?
Because there are other incentives to the relationship.
Okay.
And I think that most of the time, and I'll say not me, because it's like money. Just because someone has money, you don't even like having sex with them. Why are you in that situation?
$3,500.
It might be $3,500. Somebody said, would you be okay with being somebody's side chick with $3,500?
Right.
And it's like, she might not want to be a side chick, but then she get that $3,500 every week. So it's like, come on, stop getting in relationships with people you don't really like. Because even if they have money, even if they are tall, even if, you know, they don't stink or whatever it is that you looking for out here, it's like, stop just dating people. And I think that that's our problem. It's like, damn, it's okay. I'll get with him because he got a 6-7 figure job or whatever. And I am willing to deal with everything that comes with that.
Right.
Just because I want to be in a position where I'm out here taking pictures at every restaurant in town. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like, I think if you, especially, okay, first of all, long run, if you just out here, you're like, I'm just trying to have a good time with this person, right? It's got a shelf life, you know, like it's summertime.
It's temporary.
Right? You're like,
it's
okay.
cuffing season.
Yeah.
Which now a lot of us are gonna be out here getting in situations because it's cuffing season.
And you want
you
someone
cold.
to cozy up too.
It's about to be cold. You're not gonna be outside showing this person. You're gonna order in, you know? So it's cuffing season.
Cozy on the couch.
And that's what's gonna happen.
Now, how do you cozy on the couch with somebody you don't even like though?
I'm saying they're keeping you warm.
Inside is cold as ice.
That's why I be in my couch by myself with my dog. With Blue. Okay.
Yikes.
Have you got the nerve to stand there and expect me to believe that you don't want to marry my son for his money?
It's true.
Then what do you want to marry him for?
I want to marry him for your money.
There. Oh, Lorelei.
Don't you see that's why we have to have his consent, silly?
Well, at least we're getting down to brass tacks. You admit that all you're after is money.
No, I don't. Aren't you funny? Don't you know that a man being rich is like a girl being pretty? You might not marry a girl just because she's pretty. But my goodness, doesn't it help? And if you had a daughter, wouldn't you rather she didn't marry a poor man?
But I was...
You'd want her to have the most wonderful things in the world and to be very happy. Oh, why is it wrong for me to want those things?
Well, I concede that... Say, they told me you were stupid.
I think this is like How to Marry a Millionaire, like, you know, movie back in the day. That's cool. Like, she actually liked him. I mean, he was a dweeb and everything like that. And if she had a better option, she might have went with the better option. But like you said, in a world, she's like, I could like this guy. I like him.
Yeah.
But I think it's to your point is that they don't even like these men. They're just like, you have the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I feel like, I don't know. You saw it because after a while, now what?
And these are like we were talking about before, and I think that in the last episode of at the table, Rico said that a lot of the girls that go to Dubai or girls that go places to look for rich men, they don't have that emotional connection.
Right.
Like at all.
Right.
Like they
It's a
just want to
job.
go there to work
Right.
for their living. Like,
Right.
you know, like they want to get the money they need to survive and to
Right.
keep a certain lifestyle that they can't even keep themselves.
Right. So it's a job. There's like, there's no human connection piece of it. It's just like, this person does A and B, and that's it.
It's hard out here, I'm telling you guys.
Well, I don't
But
know.
if you want to be a woman of leisure, you better get somebody with money. I'm saying, because if not, you're going to be a regular woman like us, working and being like
First of all, you made it sound really depressing. It's not.
Okay, I'm not depressed.
Oh, you're like, you going to be just like us.
I'm saying I like my job.
No, I know. Like, I like, for me, I love my life. Like, I enjoy my life.
We do have a good time.
We do have a good time.
But, you know, some people don't. And
This
they
is
out
a fact.
here.
We're fortunate. We are very fortunate people in that the work that we do, we enjoy it in our lives. But at the same time, if you don't want to be that person, maybe after 25, start thinking about the life that you want. Don't think you have forever.
And if you're a parent, you better start having those conversations with your children. I think girls and boys.
Facts.
You know, about what a lady should act like, what a man should act like.
Yeah.
And hopefully you won't have those situations where your daughter out here looking for a millionaire.
Sugar daddy?
Or sugar daddy. So, but guys, we are going to be live later on today.
Facts. Oh, yes, I'm so excited.
Yes, so we'll see you later on. Remember, between 12 and 2:30.
Look, you guys, just work with us as we, you know, we're back.
Yes.
As we do them more often, we're going to narrow the time down. But we are lunch-ish, which means around 12:30 to 2:30-ish we'll be on. Join us, come give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Just, you know, overall, tell us what you think of the show, how we can improve the show.
And if you want to hear some topics, just, you know, you can DM us on Instagram, 8 at the table, and make sure you follow us too.
Facts.
And you can comment on this too if you want us to touch on a topic or if there's a meme out there you want to talk about.
And new episodes of 8 at the Table every Sunday and every Thursday.
Yes. Bye.